Imagine a world with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, where every man, woman, and child is free to live happy and honest lives. A land of the free under a flag that symbolizes new opportunities and a good life around the globe. This utopia of a land would be peaceful and would have very little crime. There would be no oppression, no inequality, and certainly no corruption. I bet right now you're thinking of America, and you're feeling pretty patriotic. Little do you know that I've just described the world under the New World Order. There is a New World Order being implemented by a secretive power elite with a globalist agenda with the intention of ruling the world through an authoritarian government. Although people think they're free to think and act as they'd like, the New World Order controls their minds through mass surveillance, globalization, and population control, therefore allowing for the illusion of free will without actually giving the public a choice.
The Illuminati has been around since the 18th century. Beginning in the Enlightenment period, the Order of the Illuminati was founded by Adam Weishaupt in Germany and advocated for free thought, secularism, republicanism, and gender equality. Although this group was thought to be suppressed in 1785, some conspiracy theorists believe that this group survived and was behind the French Revolution and Reign of Terror. And many, especially the European ruling classes, learned that the Illuminati was trying to start a revolutionary movement in Europe and spread the radical ideas. In between the two world wars, fascist propagandists popularized the Illuminati conspiracy theory, and they believed that it supported Jewish elites who propped up financial capitalism and Soviet communism in order to divide the rule of the world. Right-wing populists began speculating that some collegiate fraternities and think tanks of the American upper class are front organizations of the Illuminati, which they accuse of plotting to create a new world order through one world government.
To gradually, as shown by the formation of the U.S. Federal Reserve System in 1913, the League of Nations in 1919, the International Monetary Fund in 1944, the United Nations in 1945, the World Bank in 1945, the World Health Organization in 1948, the European Union and the Euro currency in 1993, the World Trade Organization in 1998, the African Union in 2002, and the Union of South American Nations in 2008 as major milestones.
Hello, and welcome to the Illuminati. Here, we are dedicated to guiding the globe into a new world order. Recently, we've had membership spikes in our club here. As you see, over time, our Illuminati has grown. Join here on Illuminati.com to become an Illuminati member.
Theorists are concerned with surveillance abuse and believe that the New World Order is being implemented by the CIA through mass surveillance and several other surveillance methods. These include the use of social security numbers, the barcoding of retail goods with the universal product code markings, and, most recently, by microchip implants into humans that use radio frequency identification and can give away personal information. Customer privacy advocates such as Catherine Albrecht claim that corporations and the government plan to track consumers and citizens using radio frequency identification devices. They are critical of RFIDs and believe that they must be resisted as objects with RFIDs tags are taken into a consumer's home once they are purchased and are still functional, so they can be used for surveillance and other purposes not related to their original functions. 2002, the Information Awareness Office was established by the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. One source of controversy that arose from this involved IAO's original logo, which showed the all-seeing eye of providence on top of a pyramid looking down over the globe, along with the Latin phrase scientia est potentia, knowledge is power. DARPA eventually removed the logo from its website, but according to theorists, the eye and pyramid is a symbol of the Illuminati, an 18th century secret society they speculate continues to exist and is plotting on behalf of a new world order.
I need to tell you something. They're always watching you. Through your camera, and your laptop, and any kind of modern electronic. And social security numbers, the CIA, they're all watching you. And nobody's safe. Because they're always watching. No!
Illuminati experts believe that the New World Order will also be implemented through the use of human population control in order to more easily monitor and control the movement of individuals. This includes stopping the growth of society through reproductive health and family planning programs, intentionally reducing the bulk of the world population through genocides by participating in unnecessary wars, through plagues by engineering emergent viruses and tainting vaccines, and through environmental disasters by controlling the weather using chemtrails and global warming. It is argued that globalists plotting on behalf of a New World Order engage in creating alarm over overpopulation and climate change in order to garner public support for the population control and ultimately world government. According to skeptics, fear of population control came from early events in history, such as the eugenics movements, war against the weak in the United States during the first decades of the 20th century, the Second Red Scare in the U.S. during the late 1940s and 50s, and public health programs such as water fluoridation, mass vaccination, and mental health services in the 1960s. Activists asserted that the public health programs were part of a plot to impose a socialist or communist regime. Many fear that the New World Order will be implemented using mind control to change individuals' thinking. One tactic is thought to be included in mind control is the engineering of psychological operations such as water fluoridation and subliminal advertising. It is thought that wearing a tinfoil hat will protect from threats of mind control. It is argued by skeptics that the fear of conspiracy theorists associated with mind control, population control, surveillance abuse, big business, big government, and globalization comes from the combination of two factors. The first is that the individual holds strong individualist values, and the second is that they lack power. When people feel like they do not have independence, they feel that greater forces like government are responsible for their lack of freedom. The world is on a downward spiral towards global control by the New World Order, and it does not seem likely to end anytime soon. Is the world doomed to singularity and control? Or will freedom and the American way rise triumphant once more to defeat the evil powers and to protect the innocent civilians of planet Earth?